In Washington, D.C. political circles, we commonly hear that under the Taiwan Relations Act, the United States maintains commercial, cultural, and other ties with Taiwan's people. In addition to the Taiwan Relations Act, or TRA, there is also a One China policy, which is supposedly based on the three U.S. PRC joint communiques. All of these documents are often cited as important cornerstones of the China-Taiwan-USA trilateral relationship. Additionally, in May 2016, the U.S. Congress reaffirmed the 6 assurances originally promulgated under the administration of Ronald Reagan. However, for people interested in USA-Taiwan relations, we might ask, is anything important being overlooked here? The answer is yes. The highest-ranking legal document dealing with the disposition of Taiwan in the post-World War II era is the San Francisco Peace Treaty. This treaty was ratified by the U.S. Senate and came into force on April 28, 1952.
To re-clarify this, the San Francisco Peace Treaty is of a higher legal weight than the Taiwan Relations Act, the One China policy, the 3 joint communiques, or the 6 assurances.
As many researchers know, there are a number of central questions which must be answered in order to gain a complete understanding of the disposition of Taiwan territory after the Japanese surrender in 1945.
These questions include, in consideration that the Republic of China military forces have arrived on the scene, do they represent a domestic regime or a foreign regime? Or are they more properly classified some other way?
Importantly, what is the legal significance of the surrender ceremonies? Has the legal status of Taiwan territory changed at this point? If so, in what way?
What does international law say about what rights, if any, are gained by the military troops that accept a surrender?
Are there any existing legal stipulations about who has the final authority for the administration of Taiwan territory after the Japanese surrender? More specifically, in regard to Taiwan territory, is there any difference in the legal source of the authority for number 1, conducting the surrender ceremonies, and number 2, conducting the ensuing supervisory and administrative duties?
Under international law, what events can actually cause a displacement of Taiwan's territorial sovereignty? If we look at the period of the mid-1890s to the mid-1950s, what are the significant events which have occurred?
If we know how to ask the right questions and are familiar with the full historical details of the recent Taiwan history, the content of the San Francisco Peace Treaty can be very helpful in gaining an understanding of the post-war disposition of Taiwan territory. But in order to ask the right questions and to understand the situation of how war and its aftermath are conducted in regard to the cession of territory, it is necessary to understand the situations of the Spanish-American War cessions. So today, we want to introduce 3 interesting reports to our viewing audience.
The first is Taiwan's legal status, an overview of the San Francisco Peace Treaty. This is available in 2 forms, both a web page and a PowerPoint file. To gain more understanding of the historical and legal situations regarding territorial cessions, we also want to mention a web page and YouTube video from the Taiwan Perspective series. This is Lessons from the Spanish-American War. All of the historical and legal insights which can be learned from this information can then be compiled into a detailed introduction and outline, which is now available as an internet webpage for easy reference.
Of particular note is that the introduction and outline for modern Taiwanese history, which is presented here, is much more detailed than those offered on most of the Taiwan activist websites or those found in U.S. government archives. Notably, relevant historical comparisons with the Spanish-American War sessions are also given. All researchers and think tanks dealing with Taiwan are encouraged to undertake a comprehensive review of this information.